Hi guys, welcome back to the Humble Gamer channel. I am the Humble Gamer and this is the beginning of my summer festival of Steam. This whole month of August, every video you get from me is going to be Steam locomotive related. And obviously I've been promising this one for a long time. This is Sodor Snippets Mainline Part 2. We are going from Gordon's Hill to Kildane, which as you can see on the map over there, that's what we're doing at the moment. And we are obviously driving Henry with Duck as a banker. We are at Gordon's Hill now. You may have noticed a few changes. I have done some scenery work in between times, so and this is the next section that's ready. I know I've been away for a long time and it might seem like I've not done anything, but trust me, I have. So let's get everything ready to go. Open those up. So yeah, Sodor has gone through a lot of cosmetic work, a lot of it obviously in front of us that you're going to see, and a lot of it behind us as well in bits of the route that you have already seen. So, but the first thing we've got to do is obviously we've got to conquer Gordon's Hill, and you will be seeing the other work I've done on Sodor in videos to come, possibly this month or possibly at a later date, but it all depends on when I get stuff finished and ready to show you guys. So I don't want to show you guys green, bare, empty scenery, but either way, we're ready to go, so let's get moving. Obviously this is reminiscent of the episode with the Flying Kipper, where in that episode Duck crashes into the back of Henry, but obviously that's not going to happen this time around. So yeah, I'm just going to have to see how this goes. I've run this about 4 times, this scenario, because well, I've recorded it several times, and for various reasons, each time it hasn't worked. Now, I know in previous episodes of this series we had musical breaks. You won't be getting them in this one because there's a lot to talk about what's coming up in the next month, and also what's coming up in terms of Sodor. So, but yeah, I'm hoping that I will have some pretty cool stuff for you guys. But first, let's talk about what we've got here. Obviously we've got Henry in his new shape, so post Flying Kipper accident, which is where Henry is essentially a black 5, and yeah, we're travelling up Gordon's. At the moment we're 1 in 75. It's a 5-mile hill, basically all the way between Gordon's Hill and Marron, and it eventually levels out. Well, it eventually becomes 1 in 50. I hope you can hear me over the wagons as we jump into. Let's go and see what Duck's doing in the back. And obviously Duck in his traditional shape. I will link the website if you're new to this series. The link to this website, to the website where I got these particular Thomas the Tank Engine locomotives, is down in the description, as is the link to the rest of this playlist, the Sodor Snippets playlist, and the Train Sim Workshop Routes playlist that I've done as well, and any other Train Sim playlists that might be coming as part of this sort of festival of Steam. But yeah, let's jump into Henry's cab for a while and just look out, because at the moment this is the scenery. You've got hills and forest either side as it climbs up this embankment on what was originally, what used to be, it's joining what used to be the Sudbury and Wellsworth Railway, and the Sodor and Mainland Railway, which that was joined. They joined up with them. They joined the two railways, obviously, from Wellsworth up Gordon's Hill, and it met the Sudbury and Mainland at Crovan's Gate, I believe. No, it didn't. It met it at Kelsthorpe Road. But enough of that, because we have another one of the locomotives going to pass us here, and obviously it is, of course, James. We've already seen. He took us along the Norranby branch. We're actually making not bad headway, to be fair. I need to put some sanding on and then put a little bit more effort in with the throttle, and that will keep us at around about the 28 mile an hour mark. I don't expect us to go much further than that. We're pulling a heavy goods train. Anyway, that can pretty much look after itself for a bit. We will stop at Marin, but that's 2.5 miles away. So we're roughly halfway up the climb here. So, what I've got in mind for this month of August. In terms of Sodor Snippets videos that I know you're going to get, there will obviously be extra ones that I hope you will get, but these are the ones I know you're going to get. You're going to get this one. You are also going to get, next week, you are going to get the China Clay branch, which runs from Brendam up to the China Clay mines, with Bill and Ben, and then the week after that you're going to get the Kildane Mountain Railway, which is a railway that was barely touched in the railway series, certainly in the TV show. Obviously in the books it had its own book, Mountain Engines, I think it was called. But Britt Allcroft has barely touched it, including even the newer stuff with Andrew Brenner, etc. I'm going to sit back with Duck because then we can see the whole train. Actually, let's do this because that will give us a bit more time. Sorry if you can hear my fan in the background. I'm recording this obviously during the lockdown, and it's very warm. It's suddenly got quite summery here at the end of June, and it's got very, very warm. So I forgot to have the fan on, or I will boil. So that's in terms of Sodor Snippets. There are other routes that are nearing completion, but I also want to show you stuff that I've updated, because there's been a lot of updates in between Arlesborough Harbour, along the Little Western, and along the main line up until Gordon's Hill. So I might do a video a longer video where we just take a sort of long run through there. It might be it might be with an engine or a locomotive, or it might just be I'll take some shots. And you'll get some stuff. But other stuff you're going to be seeing in this, obviously you're going to get more train sim workshop routes, which I'm very keen to get back onto because there's a lot of good stuff that. In fact, the first one is the Tamesbury branch. I mispronounced at the start of the video as well, which I recorded about 2 years ago before I took my break from YouTube, and then so that one's pre-recorded, as are the next two Sodor Snippets videos. They are pre-records that I did a while ago, before in fact a lot of this was done. You can turn that off now. And then it's going to be brand new footage, most of which I'm recording over the next couple of, certainly tonight and possibly over the next couple of days as well, days and weeks. So you'll get, this whole thing is full of train sim steam, and there is going to be some non-steam locomotive footage, although it's the Festival of Steam, because I have on Xbox Game Pass now, I have Train Sim World, so I'll take a drive along the 3 routes that I've got, most of which you will all have seen, but I'll do each. You'll certainly get a Train Sim World video. Anyway, let's put it that way. Right, so we are now approaching Marin, so I can slow the regulator a little bit. We are 1 in 50, so I don't want to be pushing Henry too hard. We will keep Duck with us until we get to Kildane, although traditionally, obviously, he would. In reality, Sodor would, in real life, on the North Western Railway, Duck would disconnect at Marin. In fact, no, we will disconnect Duck. Let's do it properly. Let's, if we're going to run it like a railway, we're going to run it like a railway. And that's another thing that I want to talk to you about in terms of the future of this route, in terms of videos you're going to see. And I shall talk about that after we have left Marin, but we are now approaching Marin, and so I have to take control of my locomotives. Turn sanding off. Turn that off. And we can now slowly approach. That line there, that bridge there, is a branch line that goes up to Mora Quarry, which is a little bit of creative license from me. There is a quarry northwest of Marin, but it doesn't have a railway running to it in Reverend Awdry's world, but that's neither here nor there, as they say, because I'm in charge now. But no, in my vision of Sodor, I think they would have done, and I'll explain more about my vision of Sodor, what the route is going to become over the next few years as things get completed. But first we're going to pull in to Marin Platform 1. I'm going to do this with the mouse actually, so I've got a bit more control over it. That'll That'll do nicely. Ignore the fact that it says Uddingston, because I've taken this from the Northwestern Mainline, Carlisle to... Oh, I can't remember where that route goes to. Either way, this is Marin. So obviously you've got the 4 main lines, up and down stopping lines and up and down fast, and you've got 3 goods drop-off lines, one of which runs against the platform, so for mail trains, post trains they can stop there, and any loading and unloading. Obviously for longer waits there's this, and then also up here you have the Bay platform, which does run. There are passenger trains that run from Marin Bay platform as well, and it also runs up the Mora Valley to... Oh, that needs lowering and sorting, but I'll do that in a separate off camera. And that runs up to the Mora Valley through to the quarry, and it also runs up to Ulfstead and Chibir Ulf. But we should talk about that in future videos. That is an inspiration I've taken from the Extended Railway series. Oh, and we've returned back in time because here is Gordon. He'll be running down his namesake hill with the express. And I think that's all the traffic I have for this particular video. So that reminds me, I need to get to disconnecting duck, shutting off the water intake, a fish bloater. So we shall say goodbye to duck as we pull away. There we go. So long, duck. See you soon. Thanks for all the help. Sorry, poop poop. Thanks for all the help. So yeah, in terms of what I want to do with this route as we head out through the suburbs of Marin. In terms of what I want to do with this route, I've really got into, while I've been designing it, I've got into a lot of real-world railway thinking. And so while the Sodor snippets shall remain fundamentally the same, you'll see one of the Fat Controller's engines, or a number of the Fat Controller's engines, running along the route. What I want to do with the route itself is, obviously it's always been a little bit of a departure from the Railway series, the TV version of the route, and to some extent Reverend Awdry's own envisagement of the route, in that I have obviously envisaged it in the modern era, as if Sodor, the Northwestern Railway, had survived into British Railways and private ownership. Well, not that it wouldn't have survived in Awdry's books, but I'm sort of seeing it, telling its story from that point forward. So to that end, I'm actually running it like a real railway, and actually a lot of the stuff I'm going to be doing with it outside the Sodor Snippets series, which is just me showcasing the route, is focused around what real-life locomotives and services would run on Sodor. So, for example, if I was running this as the Northwestern Railway, not the Sodor Railway, which is the distinction I'm making. I know that that's not strictly canon, but then nothing I do is canon because I'm not part of the real world. Bear with me, I believe the dog wishes to go outside. Sorry about that, we're back now. He has been watered, he has dropped off his goods, he has unloaded his freight, and whatever other railway-based euphemism you can think of. Right, yes. First of all, I would like to... I forgot what I was saying. I think it was about real-world Sodor. First of all, I'd like to apologise for the fact that I have neglected to flatten this bit of land, or magnetise it to the... conform it to the track, but it's okay. Henry's just ploughing through. There's been a landslide, but Henry's got through. It's fine. We're now only we're just over 2 miles away from Cronk, which is our next stop. But yeah, so I'm very much looking at this as a real-world route, and not so much just a representation of the Island of Sodor as per the imagination of Britt Allcroft. Because obviously I explained in the very first video that I did, the Thomas the Tank Engine apology video, because I failed at Elite Dangerous, getting a video out to you. But yeah, Britt Allcroft made a number of changes which I'd already compensated for, and then this sort of originally it was going to be kind of like, let's see if I can make it look like the books, and then there were bits of, like, for example, Brendam Docks, which you'll see in the China Clay video. That looks remarkably, that's heavily inspired by Britt Allcroft's version of the railway, and Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, the TV show. And then there's lots of it that is just, I want to have a bit like this in my railway. So it's sort of grown from a sort of fan project into its, very much its own thing, and I'm quite enjoying running at the moment. And I've been looking into the genuine history as written by Reverend Awdry and his brother. So I'll just talk over the fact that Henry's safety valve is releasing some steam, because we're actually steaming him pretty well, as happens when he's in his new shape and with his new coal. But yeah, and it's been quite interesting looking at how the railway was really built, how it would run in relation to other railways, other real-world railways. Obviously, what inspiration Awdry took from real-world railways, what inspiration I can take from real-world railways. And just generally what I can bring to the route, so it's just another reimagining. But here is, we're now crossing the viaduct where Gordon, just outside Cronk, where Gordon lost his dome. It went into this river here. And I'm quite pleased with Cronk, actually, as to how this scenery has worked for me as Henry approaches into the station, which you shall see in detail in a few moments' time. But now you'll see, as we go past this bridge, there is a fork off to the left. That leads to the Peel Godred electric railway, Peel Godred diesel and electric railway. In the books, it's just electric, but I've added a diesel element to it as well, because I haven't got many diesel specific stuff on Sodor. So I think we take the fork to start with. No, we don't. That's the fork off to platforms 1 and 2, and then we take this into the side platform of Cronk, which I'm genuinely quite pleased with Cronk as a town, and as a station. Actually, I'm genuinely very happy with how it's turned out. But I'll show you that in detail in just a few moments' time, once we make sure that we shall stop, because stopping is actually quite an important thing. It's very good to be getting this out to you guys again. I have missed doing it, but I just didn't have it. I wasn't working on it for a while, and I didn't have anything new to show you. As Henry comes to a stop in the platform, and so yeah, there we go. We've stopped at Cronk. So yes, as you can see, the approach from the Vickerstown direction, the Kildane direction, the expresses do have to slow. Expresses that are going straight through, I think the limit is 40 mph, which is what I'm on, but obviously is a good strength. But I think, yeah, 40 mph is the limit as you come through here, and then you can accelerate as you head onto the viaduct. But yeah, so this is the steam railway. This is the North Western Railway main line towards Kildane, and then if you pop over to the main station building here, you can get the bridge across, the bridge which goes inside the station building. I think I did that deliberately. We'll say I did it deliberately. And then you come to these two platforms, which are for the diesel and electric route up to Peel Godred North, which we shall cover in another video. Again, there's a lot of scenic work to be done on that, so I shall show you that later. But I'm genuinely quite excited about that because it means I get to use some more modern traction. Despite what you see, despite the fact that a lot of my stuff is Steam based, I do actually enjoy modern traction as well. It's a nice bit of variety. It means I can run more trains and services. But right, so we finished at Cronk now. So let us get on our way to Kildane, which is only 2.5 miles away. It won't take us long at all. It's saying about, 10 minutes? But that's because we're sat still. I imagine once we start speeding up, that arrival time might come down, yeah. Well, we've picked up the wagons anyway. And one of the reasons I've stopped at Kildane is not just because... stop this video at Kildane is not just because... not just because it's a logical point to stop in terms of the route, but also it's a logical point to stop in terms of me as a route builder, because from Kildane, the landscape changes, so it's a very different bit of Sodor. We've done the coastal bit in the first part, then we've done the climbing through the hills and the forest bit, and then the main line. I'm very much basing it on northern scenery, very much inspired by things like the Settle and Carlisle route in real life. And the Weardale and Teesdale network, which I've used a lot of stuff from on this route. So so once I've got that up and running properly, you shall see it. It will probably go from Kildane to Crovan's Gate, and then Crovan's Gate to Vickerstown via Ballyhoo. Because the other part of it is just fields from the main line from Crovan's Gate through to Vickerstown it's just going to be through fields. There's going to be not much scenery, so I might just do a sort of musical video, 5 minutes of footage. There's Sodor's International Cricket Ground. It's the Oval in reality, but yeah, there's Sodor's International Cricket Ground. Overlooking the track, and have we gone past one of my favourite little... Oh no, we haven't, have we? No, I've got a favourite little vignette down here. I like to put these little things in. But yeah, a farmer and a tractor and a crow all watching as the train goes by, and his dog, the farmer and his dog as well. So yes, and then you'll see as we come in, as we're approaching Kildane now, you will see there is this spur of track here, just next. It's probably going into my face, about here. That is the third leg of a triangle that this forms. So you've got the main route here, which is what we're on, the side of Cronk that you saw there, back there, and then this route, this little line here. They form a triangle to... so that trains from both directions, from both Timoth and Vickerstown, can make their way up into the centre of Sodor to get to Peel-Godred, which, in my head, in my version of Sodor, I'm imagining that Peel-Godred is the largest city. Well, it's the largest town. There aren't really any cities on Sodor in that sort of sense in terms of size, but yeah, I always imagine that Peel-Godred is... Because I know that Sudbury used to be the capital, hence Sudrian, which is the sort of collective name for people from Sodor. But I kind of feel like it would have moved to Peel-Godred. But yes, anyway, this is the quite complicated approach to Kildane, because up here you've got Kildane Yards. In fact, we're just going past Cronkdane Yards, which is in the centre of the island. And so all the freight from Vickerstown and Arlesborough meets in the middle here, gets reshuffled, and then is taken back. So there are very few. So pick up goods trains, all stop here, and then get reshuffled so that everything can be taken the other way. So there are no long freight runs for pickup goods. Obviously, any other specific goods, they get taken, cross country, I guess. But yeah, so we would normally stop in Cronkdane Yards with the Flying Kipper. Actually, we wouldn't. We would go non-stop through to. We would have gone non-stop from Arlesborough all the way through to all the way through to probably Barrow and the mainland. I think it says in the thing. I think it says in the story actually that it goes to the mainland. Yes, we are now going over some of the points. I don't know why it takes me onto this track, because I'm pretty sure we go onto... oh no, I know why it takes me onto that track. This is exactly where it's supposed to be. And over there, where you can see the scenery starting to give out, this is the Anofa Quarry Company's main sorting terminal. So the Anofa Quarry Company is at the end. Anofa Quarry is at the end of Thomas's branch line, back up by Knapford. But their main sorting offices are just to my right here at Kildane. And this is Kildane, which it's quite a big station. These two platforms, Platform 3 and Platform 4, are for North Western Railway stopping services. These two lines here are obviously for non-stop services, because Kildane is not on the express stops list. These two here, while Henry stops, these two platforms here are for the Peel Godred route trains, and this here is the motor rail terminal. Now, motor rail was a thing that I don't know if we still have it in this country, but I think it's still a thing. Certainly the Eurostar is a good example of motor rail, which is basically where you drive onto a train with your car, and it takes you on holiday. So this is basically, this would run from Kildane straight through to Barrow, or at a motor rail terminal just away from Barrow. But yeah, and then, so this is Kildane, so this is where the motor rail terminal trains live, and I will show you that train at some point, because I think I've chosen quite a good locomotive for it, actually. But anyway, this is Cronkdane Yards, and this is the Cronkdane sorting sidings. So we've got 3 sorting areas there. Oh, and I've finished the scenario, so yes, but I'll show you Kildane and Kildane Station and Cronkdane Yards in detail, and of course the town of Kildane in the next mainline video, which will be mainline part 3, Kildane through to Crovan's Gate. I don't know, hands on heart, I don't know when that's going to be. It will not be in this month. It won't be this August. I can tell you that now, because I have a lot of work to do on the scenery. But it won't be. So don't expect it in the next few weeks or anything. It will take a while, and I will keep you updated as much as I can. So, like I said, I hope you enjoyed that. Next time, with Sodor Snippets, you will see the China Clay branch with Bill and Ben, and then you will see the Culdefell Mountain Railway, and then you will hopefully see at least one other Sodor Snippets video. I don't know what it'll be yet, but you will hopefully see at least one other Sodor Snippets video. And then, yeah, the rest of this month, certainly not every day, but certainly Fridays to Mondays, as it's been for quite a while, those 4 days, you will get 4 train sim videos. Like I said, they won't all be Sodor, they'll be train sim workshops, and I will do at least 1 train sim world video as well. Either way, thank you ever so much for watching. Thank you for sticking with me while I got this video out to you. I know it's been a long time, 2 years for some of you, it's been a long time for me as well, and all you got out of it was 10 miles. But yeah, the next video will be longer, and it will have more of the route in it the next time we come back to the main line. But like I said, that's going to be a while, because the main line takes time to complete, because it's a lot of work scenery-wise, and I don't want you guys to just see track and bare green. I don't like that. I don't like showing you that. Otherwise, there's no point. You're not seeing anything. You're just seeing locomotives run on track, which I could do anywhere. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you did enjoy. If you're brand new to the channel, check out the Sodor Snippets playlist down below. Also check out the Train Sim workshop route down below. You'll be getting some more of those very, very soon, starting tomorrow, with the Thamesby branch. I think I pronounced that right. I can't remember. I watched the video a while ago. And then you'll be getting loads more stuff. So, like I said, please like and subscribe. Check out the links in the description below. Check out the annotations on the screen you are about to see, which will be of some other railway stuff, I think. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and enjoy this month of Steam festival here on the Humble Gamer channel. I am the Humble Gamer. That was Sodor Snippets on Train Sim 2020. See you in the next episode, guys. Goodbye. Look at things like Railway Modeller, the magazine, or any modelling magazine. Other ones are available. I'm not being sponsored by Railway Modeller or not at all. Although Railway Modeller, if you're listening, Pico through and through. But What am I doing? What was that? Just give a final little bit of regulator as we pull in. That should be enough, and so slam the brakes on. Make the passengers all lurch forward in their seats.
Here we go.
I see, isn't this been a wonderfully calm railway to fucking hell?